Hello! In this video I'm going to show you how I achieved these fake bangs. I've been growing out my fringe and it's about this long in real life now, and it's an instant pin-up or retro look. You don't even have to do much to the back of your hair. If you've got this on a scarf, it's sort of like an instant vintage solution. First of all though, I just want to say that I'm now on Facebook as Peepers Divine. I will put a link down below. If you could go and have a look there and like it and share it, it would be great. On the Facebook page there's also a lot of my daily looks and how I created them. What else was there? Oh yeah, I'm on WordPress as well, where you can find these videos, but also with more in-depth discussion or description before the actual video starts, and it will help you more if you're using a screen reader or you aren't able to get onto YouTube. I will explain what is in the video in text. So here goes. I'm using what is called a hair rat under here. You may commonly know them as hair donuts or bun rolls. These are the donut-shaped sponges that you can buy in any drugstore. I got mine in Poundland, which was great. It was a really huge one. And they're either mesh or foam donut shapes that you usually put on top of your head and create a really large bun by pulling the hair through and then pinning it around. What I do is I cut them into sections that are about the width of the arches of my eyebrows. And because they're quite fat, the ones I get in Poundland, but hey, they're a pound, I take some of the mesh off so that you can actually unroll them and make them the thickness that you need as well, because you don't want it too thick. You don't want it like out here like it would be if you use the thickness it comes in. So I've just made it sort of, I'd say about a bit fatter than a sausage, and yeah, it's about that long. And you'll see in the video how I roll that up and pin it, and that's what gives me this padding under my fringe. And you can't see it because it's the same colour as my hair, so it's great. So I'm doing a voiceover. I'm also doing this on the very dodgy camera on my Mac using the photo booth app, so I'm hoping that the sound isn't too dodgy. But let me know what you think and comment and share below. Thank you, bye! First of all, I'm going to section off a front piece of my hair about the width of my forehead. I already have grown out bangs, so I'm just taking the short bits of them to use as my section. You need to back comb lightly the underneath of this section of hair to give it a bit more thickness. Once you've done that, take your hair rat and put it underneath the section of hair. Pull it towards the tips of your hair and begin winding your hair around it. As I wind up, I gently spread out the hair so that it covers the whole length of the rat. As I get to my forehead, I tuck the ends of the rat underneath my hair so that they can't stick out the ends. And I make it into a sort of curved shape so it looks more like a fringe. Hold this in place with one hand and pin it on the ends, and you want the pins to go horizontal into the rat so the tips of the pins aren't going to stick out the top of your hair anywhere. I usually put about 2 in each side while holding the rat in place with my other hand. Because of its thickness and because your hair's all rolled up, you don't actually need that much pinning into this. I usually use just 4, 2 on each edge, and then if I've got any stray bits I'll put some extra pins underneath sticking in towards my head. If any of your hair comes off the end, you get these little loops of hair which can stick up a bit, so I just roll them under and put the pin in them as well. Hoping my microphone isn't picking up the traffic outside while I'm doing this voiceover. There's loads of cars honking horns. So then I just curve the rat into place until I'm happy with it and smooth down the top. I take a little tub of wax and put in the smallest amount possible on my fingers, just rub some wax along the top of the bangs and around the curve just to make sure all the hairs sit in nicely and won't fly away when I go out in the wind. For the back of my hair, I split my hair into two down to the nape of my neck, and then I take a bit more wax and just put it along my hairline to get all the little baby hairs in place around my face. Taking one side of the hair as though you're making a ponytail, you're going to twist it at the root and then wrap the rest of it around your hand like you're making a giant pin curl. I take my hand out and tuck the ends in. It's a bit hard to see here, but basically I've got a flat spiral of hair against one side of my head at the back. I then pin this in place wherever it needs pinning and do the same on the other side. So it's like having two little buns on the back of your head, but they're flat. Then I take my bandana and roll it up after folding it diagonally. Scrunch up the last bit and pull it tight against the back of my neck. I like to have my bandana over my ears because I have sticky out ears that I don't like the look of, and I tie it in a bow on the top of my head behind the bangs. I also pull out the edges around my ears so that it's a slightly thicker bandana towards the base of my neck. That way you get more of a triangular shape and the tips of my ears don't stick out the back of the bandana. And then I add two more little pins just by, what do you call that part of your head? Just before your ears on the hairline, and that will hold my bandana in place and stop it from slipping backwards. I am talking rather strangely in this video because I have literally just run back from the shops. I've been buying dresses all day, yay! And I'm just exhausted, and I've only got I think half an hour left on the Wi-Fi allowance that I paid for to use my Mac for the internet because I haven't got home broadband yet. So I'm really rushing to try and get this out there tonight. So that's why I might be panting a bit when I'm speaking at 90 miles an hour. But there you go. Bye.